My name is Lebanon Brokwa. This is the key issue segment on the Breakfast Live show. We are proudly brought to you by kind courtesy Awake Mineral Water. A very big thank you going out to ABJ Makeup Artistry for always making sure that we appear on your screens looking beautiful. And then, of course, to Jador for styling this beautiful hair. This morning on the key issues segment, I have here with me Mr. Victor Tagbolo. He's an IT expert and also the CEO of Galaxy Aerospace Ghana. And then, of course, I also have here Mrs. Sylvia Okwampa Ajiman. She's Assistant CEO, Galaxy Aerospace Ghana. What are we talking about? We're looking at the fact that Ghana is going to be able to get to Space Camp 2023. I am looking forward to that. Good to have you here. How are you?
We are fine.
When I heard that I was going to speak to you yesterday, the first thing that came in mind was, how is this even possible? But then again, there's this thing that kept coming in mind, that nothing is impossible. You're welcome, and I'm glad that there's a woman in here. I'm not trying to be biased, but I love to see women win, especially in field where it's mostly dominated by men. Good to have you here, Sylvia. Right. First of all, let's talk about the impacts of technology. How does it impact us positively as a nation?
Okay, thank you very much for having us. Technology, as we here in this world, we realize that technology cannot be underestimated.
Right.
I wouldn't go far. Here we are on set. Everything being used, I think we are on Facebook Live and all other things, our gadgets and everything we are using has been as a result of the various advancement and innovation in the tech industry. So the use of technology, it's virtually in every sector of an economy, from health to communication to everything. So technology cannot be underestimated in any way in our economy.
Right. How can technology play a role positively in developing country?
Okay, as I said, since it can never be ignored in everything, it has become a part of our day-to-day life. Look at our phones. When you get up in the morning, it's basically the first thing you look at, and it is out of technology. Sending messages across, looking at a company like TV Africa, before you be able to even come on set, sending key communications. Oh, we are doing this. Our coming here, you called us, you gave us, oh, this is your timing. It is very basic. So without technology, we will not be able to do anything. And then when it comes to data, technology gives us a lot of data that helps in research. And you know, research forms the basis for development. If I don't research into something, I will not be able to bring out more innovation in a particular aspect. So it being part of our lives now virtually becomes a main source of an economy's growth. When you go to the banks, the use of technology cannot be under. From cash entries and all that. I hear now some ATMs are accepting deposits.
So it means we are getting there.
Yes. So
right. So we're going to space in 2030. I am interested in that. First of all, what's the inspiration behind this?
You see, if you look at where the world is going now, it's really taking off. In Africa, we are left behind.
Exactly.
So I think we missed all the revolutions, and this fourth revolution, we have to lead around the world. When you look at the Americans, look at the Europeans and the Asians, it's all about technology. So what are we also doing here in Africa? So Africa, we are an emerging continent, and we have to really accept what is really going on in the world and also see how best we can play a role. So with space technology like this, we all know NASA. And we all know about SpaceX and Boeing and other companies in America, and also ESA in Europe. So they are actually transforming the space industry, and they are pace setters, where we also here in Africa, we also have to follow suit. And some of the African countries like South Africa, Zimbabwe, Angola, and Rwanda, they are also playing a role in it. Because last year like this, they launched, some of them even launched satellite into space, but not on the African continent, but elsewhere.
So we are going to have ours.
Exactly.
Here
Launch rockets from here by 2030.
I see. How do you intend to do that? Do we have what it takes to get us there?
You see, what Galaxy have been doing since 2018, we've been in existence since 2018, and most of our works have been through research and also partnership with other companies outside. Because looking at the economy here in Ghana, I don't know how well the government is really trying to invest into space through the Ghana Institute of Space at Atomic and Kunkurantumi. So we also saw the need that we as a private entity, we can come in and really build partnership with outside companies, and also see how best we can position ourselves in this sub-Saharan Africa, so that in the near future, in terms of education, in terms of promoting engineering, other African countries can come to Ghana and actually learn the technology we are using here. So basically, that's what Galaxy is doing now, promoting the awareness and the consciousness about space and what it takes to go to space, and also promoting the fact that we are living in a universe.
Right.
You see, we have an universe, and we are also living in a galaxy made up within a universe, and also having solar systems within the universe. So we have about billions of stars within our own galaxy, the Milky Way we are in now. So trying to ask questions, trying to discover what is really out there. We have to also, humanity have to really go into it by asking those questions, and how possible we can discover what is really outside by putting technology in place to make this space whole idea possible for humanity.
Right. But how has Ghana accepted this? Have you spoken about this anywhere? Or this is the first time you're talking about it?
Okay, no, since we started, see, we cannot start anything without the research.
Right.
So we did our research, and then we realized that a lot of people do not even know what is beyond our clouds. Okay, so after some few years of research, from last year, we started doing the awareness, letting people get to know that this is what space is about. So that, because if you don't create the awareness, you not crave people's indulgence. If people don't understand what you are doing, they will not be able to support you. So that is where we are now.
So what's the feedback you're getting? I'm sure people are doubting. A lot of us Ghanaians doubting Thomas. People are doubting, right, as to how this is going to.
You'll be surprised. We have people doubting, but you'll be surprised, especially the youth, how they are intrigued about some of these things. We had our space carnival in December 17th, and come and see the people that turned out and the kind of joy they were. People really wanted to know much about what we have out there, and then especially the youth also want to know the careers that they made or be able to get into, especially those in the tech industry, the science and technology bit. So we are trying to get the information across, but a lot of people are picking up and people are getting interested. And so we hope that by the end of the year through to 2024, we are still doing the awareness. We hope that by then people will be fully informed about what space has.
Right. How long have you worked in the aerospace sector? Actually, did you study anything tech, aerospace? I wanted to be an aerospace engineer at a point, but I'm here now, unfortunately. How long have you worked in the field?
Okay, we started in the tech field. I would say that.
So you studied aerospace engineering, or?
No, I studied economics.
I
But
see.
just as
Interesting.
you are interested, so growing up, I was really into being a pilot. Okay, that is because that was the utmost knowledge I've had in terms of what flies in the atmosphere. I had not heard about space. So growing up, getting to know more about space, I was also intrigued about this particular space, and then but I'm an economist.
Right, I see. Let's talk about it. As this one, aside from doing the research and all of that to get us into space, let me talk to Mr. Tagbolo. Right. What are the processes? First of all, what do we need to do? Do we need to launch something into the air? What are the processes involved?
Okay, so it's just basically building an infrastructure, having a ground station. A ground station basically means that we have systems in place that whatever we put outside the atmosphere, we can pick signals through sensors and see what actually is going on out there, and also building human capacity. So basically what we are doing now is we have clubs on most of the campuses in Ghana here, at KNUST, Legon, HSA University, UCC, and UNEL. So what we are doing is that in the near future, we'll promote these young people to actually go out there to NASA, which we have partnership with, and SpaceX, so that they could actually gain skills and also bring NASA.
When is that going to happen?
In the course of the year. In the course of the year.
I'd love to join.
Yeah, and also last year, through some of our partners, they came down here to build a balloon, a high altitude balloon into space, which that's about 120,000 feet above sea level, that you could actually see the Earth as a globe, and also see the sun, and also some other heavenly bodies in the what do you call it, the stratosphere.
But were you part of?
Yes, yes.
How was the experience like?
It's I've never seen such a thing.
Part?
Yes, at our ground station at Budumburam. So we launched the balloon into space from Budumburam, and we had all the necessary clearance from Ghana Aviation and National Security.
You guys went to space. I don't understand this.
Yes, already.
Break it down.
The thing is, we've already taken Ghana to space already by launching a high altitude balloon into space with a payload attached to it with a camera. So
you didn't go there physically.
Yes,
it was just.
Yes, but we went to near space, so you could actually see the sun, and you could actually see the Earth as a globe, which has never been done before in Africa. This is the first time we did that at Budumburam. So it's just a process by building awareness, getting brothers and sisters from the tech institutions to train them, and also create the awareness, because some of them want to become astronauts and they have no idea how it can be started and all that. Yeah.
I know it's probably because of all these cartoons they've been watching. They get ideas from there. Right?
Yes.
Okay, so on that note, let's go for a short break here. The conversation continues. It's getting very interesting. We'll be right. Right, so you're welcome back from the break. My guest this morning is Victor Tagbolo. He is the CEO, Galaxy Aerospace Ghana. And then, of course, Mrs. Sylvia Akwampa Ajiman, Assistant CEO, Galaxy Aerospace Ghana. And of course, we're touching on why Galaxy Aerospace is determined to lead Ghana to space. Right, let's look at this. The Ghana educational structure. Do you think it is doing enough in terms of equipping students technologically?
Okay. Now, with the introduction of STEM education,
right,
I believe that it's a step in the right direction. Okay, but as people in the tech industry, we believe that government can do more to that, training more people, and then as well as it's one of the things that made Galaxy get into this whole thing. We have a foundation spearheading the STEM education, and we are training children for free. We started way back in 2 years ago, and our first cohort will be graduating very soon. It has been a free, and then these children know how to code with Python, and their ages are just 7 to 14 years. So we believe that having been able to do that, if the government would be able to spearhead or speed up some of these things, it will help the children that are coming to be ready for the tech industry, especially talking about these this emerging aerospace industry. So though we are doing well, but I think that there's more room for improvement.
Right. I believe that with every great initiative one pushes out there, it comes with some sort of challenges. Let's talk about some of them. What are some of the major ones that you have faced?
Okay, I think the first initial one would have to be people not really being aware of what space is. Okay, and from the research, as I said, what we did the research is not just getting to know details, but getting to know what the Ghanaian or the African knows about space. We had to really be very vibrant on social media from time to time, getting people to be aware. So the awareness of the space bit has been a challenge, and also would also feel that because an emerging market, much has not been done on in terms of policy. So that is one of the things that we will be encouraging the government to also look at that, so that we can also have those of us coming in the industry that leverage to be able to move in that industry.
Yeah, I think currently there's this bill in Parliament about is a space bill, which we are hoping that the government can pass it, so that some of us who are into the space industry can be regulated. So maybe if we are trying to at least do some testing on rockets at our ground station in Budumburam.
It must be a big place.
Yes, we need to have about 20 kilometers away from civilian environment.
Yeah,
that is how
Why is that?
Because of the proportion, against the Earth's gravitational pull. If you want to pull something in space, you need a great proportion of solid fuel to really pull, and it comes with a lot of heat and energy. So people living around will be affected environmental wise, and also for their own safety. So
they actually laid down procedures as to setting up these spaces.
So where did you get all these procedures from? Do you have partners? Do you have agencies working on this? Who did you consult in the first place before you started this whole thing?
Okay, currently we've not launched any rocket,
right?
But we believe that.
So are we going to see?
Yes. I think April we are trying to do something like that.
So much. It will just be
some few
meters up.
We should try. We should try putting it up there. It should. I'm interested in that one.
Yeah, you see, just as the aviation industry is well regulated,
right.
Okay, and because Ghana is new to this industry, we want to get it right.
Exactly.
So we are also in talks with some partners. We're getting almost every time updates from NASA, what they are doing, what it takes to be able to have even a ground station. So we are actually preparing on that grounds, not to do anything that will mar our chances of breaking through in the industry.
Right? Have they sent representatives here to check on what you're doing?
I think that will be next year.
Yeah.
Next year we'll be expecting such a team. But at the moment, what we are doing is we are speaking to them all the time.
Yeah.
Through Zoom meetings and all that.
Even with the land choice for our partners who came in from Germany, who might be coming
again.
I think again by next month. We are actually giving them the locations, because it's not everywhere that you can locate the ground station. So we are actually in talks with them every time. We locate them, they check on the map, they're using the satellite to check whether it's a very good place or not. We actually proposed various sites, but they rejected because of how close it is to residents.
Right, let's come back to Ghana, because this whole thing is happening in Ghana. Did you consult anybody here before you started operating as Galaxy Space?
Yeah, okay, I would say that we are well registered with Registrar General, And then we are also in, for the high altitude balloon we launched, we got clearance from national security. And then in fact, it was that moment I got to know that there are a lot of leaders who are really like forward thinking in Ghana. So that assertion that they are always ready to help, it's just like they are waiting for people to spearhead, and then they also would give their support. So these people gave us the support to be able to land this high altitude balloon. And obviously we are also in talks with Ghana Space
agency. I think right now they are an agency.
Yeah, who at I think they are substation at the
Kuntunasi, and the office is at Atomic. So
yeah.
we are also we are engaging them.
Yeah,
they even came for a carnival. We're having the carnival every year to promote the space awareness.
Right. Do you think Ghana has the willingness to make sure that this aim, this beautiful agenda that you have, become a successful one?
Okay. I believe that the willingness comes from the roadmap that we will also have, because from our research, we realize that a lot of people would support you when they know exactly that you know what you are doing, and then you also have a clear plan what's in place. So in that regard, we believe that the awareness we are creating will be for the populace, and then as we are talking about the policy, we cannot do these things on our own. That is why we are also working close with the Ghana Space Agency, because they tend to be the government body. Okay, so we don't do anything that does not come from them. Okay, so eventually I believe that the willingness now is there on the citizenry level, but at the government level we are yet to push to know exactly what will be the outcome. But I think the most important thing is for the Ghanaian to get to know what is above, especially for the youth to also get to know these careers, because we have a lot of brainy and very intelligent students here who can even, not just in Ghana, can also go and learn these technologies and come and help us develop the space industry here in Ghana.
Okay, let's talk about aerodynamics. It's quite a strong word. Can you break it down for us?
Aerodynamics is simply about thrust. How is the movement of air around a machine in the atmosphere?
Movement of air.
Yes, how it is controlled. When you take the aircraft like this, that's aeronautics. Talk about the mechanics that is involved in an aeroplane moving up in the sky and also going up into a particular altitude. So the movement of air, looking at the flaps around the aeroplane, it all has its meaning and also its proportions. You see the fans around it and all that. And most of these airlines, the aircraft use this jet propulsion system that is making it to control the air around it to be able to move into the sky. So that's simply it.
How do you analyze this?
Like, please, in what way?
How do you analyze this aerodynamic issue? You were talking about air and all of that.
Yeah.
How do you get to analyze it?
Oh, just by using think sensors and controllers in the what do you call it, in the aircraft, to be able to determine maybe these weather conditions will be appropriate for the the aircraft to move at this particular time and all that. Because at some particular moment when an aircraft is about to take off, the weather, if the winds are so strong, there has to be an indication that the thrust or the air system around it will not be favorable for taking off. So maybe it has to be rescheduled or something like that.
Victor, I'm very curious. What course did you study in school?
I did IT. Then I also went to Scotland to do my MSc in computer science.
Okay.
And also, I'm very good with cyber security and hacking systems and
That's
artificial
where all
intelligence.
this inspiration is coming
Exactly.
from. Because I'm quite surprised because I mean the average Ghanaian young man wouldn't be much interested.
You see, when I studied
like this.
in the UK, I realized that I have to come back and actually give back to society. Because I scanned through our systems and I realized that there's no space industry in Ghana.
Right.
And Galaxy Aerospace, we are the first of its kind as a private entity doing all this thing. So we decided that coming together with a vision, because space normally it moves with government. And we have realized that the space agency is not doing so much. So we also have to come in and to promote it, and together with the public system, we can really move Ghana to space by 2030. So identifying this is a way by which we can also solve problems, because NASA took America to space, where they have sorry, about a lot of people homeless and all that. America has also have issues and all that, but at least it's also served as an inspiration for a lot of companies to come on board and also bring a lot of revenue and to boost the economy in. When we started this on social media, a lot of people say there are bad roads, healthcare system. What is what
you should focus on
exactly,
that.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, this is the final lapse of this segment. Let me take your final words.
Okay, we would want to say that aerospace, the aerospace industry is an emerging market, and we want to see Galaxy Aerospace want to see more of our youth getting careers in that aspect and going out there to also come and help the aerospace industry. It's another industry Ghana can look at to be able to get enough data as well as income to boost the economy of the country.
Right. Thank you so much for passing through this morning. I personally, I would want to see that come to pass. Probably, I'll join you. I need a land.
Yes, I think I can get to a land in the moon.
On the moon.
Yes,
Thank you so much, Victor. Welcome. Right, so I have been speaking to Victor Takbolo. He is the CEO of Galaxy Aerospace Ghana. And then, of course, Mrs. Sylvia Akoampa Ajman. She's Assistant CEO, Galaxy Aerospace Ghana. This is where we end this segment. We